You just are. Do you know that about yourself? Do you know that you're just more fun? We have had fun the last
4 days, I'll be honest. I mean,
just
this
as
is a work
humans,
trip,
just as people, like, do you realize how much more fun you are than most other people?
Well, you can come to Australia. When you come, 40 shows, you do whatever. We can have you as often as you want to come.
But maybe that's why we love you so much too, because you're more fun than most people.
Aw, sometimes.
You're fun on roller skates.
Yeah, what about this?
We were watching your Instagram when we were out drunk the other night and we saw you on roller skates and were so tempted to go, where are you? We want to come.
Northridge Skateland, and it's amazing.
Okay.
Have you roller skated for a long time?
No, I haven't roller skated in years. Oh, so much fun. At first I was like, oh, this is not how it used to feel. And then my girlfriend Jeanette was like, just follow me. And then she showed me all the old moves. I was like, oh.
Did it all come back quickly?
Yeah. So fun. My daughter was charging.
The different levels of coordination that you two have going on. We saw you roller skating just after Carrie had fallen over.
I fell down a hole.
Just walking. Just no skates involved.
Oh, that looks good.
I probably should have gone.
That's a good one.
Really?
That's fine. Like
I was
stitches?
having a good night. I wasn't going to let that stop me till the next day when I saw it and went, probably should have gone to the hospital. But no, I did. Yeah.
I've had a couple of those.
Yeah,
I just pulled a piece of glass out of my toe that was apparently got in there 2 months ago.
Oh.
I was like, oh, he finally decided to come out.
You were drunk for a long period of time without noticing.
I did it at a hotel. I took my daughter swimming, and I was the idiot that brought glass to the pool. I did that. So I'm a really good example.
Are you a wild mum, or are you still in baby mode with Jameson? Like, are you out of that kind of mode, or is it still all encompassing?
I don't know what's happening for me right now.
Yeah, right.
Can't even answer that. I have no idea.
Do you find that, how do you go? Like, do you take them everywhere with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to look up codependent in the dictionary, it would be me and Willow cheek to cheek, smiling.
So you're a helicopter parent.
Yeah. Yeah, but I never actually take off. I'm just there.
And
but I'm fun. I'm a fun helicopter.
Yeah. Well, that's what
I'm
we
like
thought.
A stunt helicopter.
Seeing the roller skating, I was like, yeah.
I did want to ask you about Willow because there was a moment when the whole world was looking at you and they were inspired and they thought you were eloquent and beautiful. And then there was one person who didn't care. Yeah, what did she do? At the end, she's just like, hey,
she had a loose tooth.
Oh!
That's how she was, her shyness, that's what she was covering up for.
The editing was amazing.
She was so shy.
As artists were starting to stand up and applaud, one stage they cut back to her and she honestly looked at you like, oh, Mum, shut up. Oh, I mean, this is...
I said...
You guys are clapping because you don't have to put up with it every day.
I know. I said to her that morning, I was like, this is so exciting. Mommy's going to win an award and I'm going to do a song or like 8 songs. And she goes, how many minutes after you're done till my sleepover starts? I was like, when we get there, can you pretend to be proud of me?
What did she say after you did it?
How long till my sleepover?
Well, no, but did she appreciate what you'd done from that?
No.
Did she?
No. But we had... I think she appreciated the actual talk that we had because I think for her, when I told her that people make fun of me because she loves me, she thinks I'm the sun, the moon, and the stars. And she's like, wait, people make fun of you? And I was like, I know, it's hard to believe. She's like, why would people make fun of you? I'm like, because people think I look like a boy. I'm like, look at my hair. She's like, I don't get it. Why you though? And I'm like, oh, babe. And then I showed her, did you ever see that movie, The Labyrinth?
Yes.
Yeah.
So The Goblin King, David Bowie.
Yep.
It's just one of her favorites. And she's always like, is that a girl or a boy? And I'm like, right? Does it matter? Doesn't even matter. It's David Bowie.
Epic. Yeah.
So that helped a lot. But at the awards, I think she was just really super bored.
Yeah. And you know, you've got to cherish these moments where she still obviously looks up to you and loves you, because when she hits about 15...
She's going to hate me.
Oh, she'll be like, Mom, you don't even know me.
No, I know.
But I do like how you didn't have an answer for her at the time. I was watching you online and I thought, as a parent, you're always quick to have the answer, but you don't ever stop to go, I don't need to actually answer right now. I can go away and think about it. And then when you did answer, you smashed it.
I don't do that very often.
Yeah, right.
I was honestly speechless because those are the kinds of things that actually take my knees out.
Yeah.
Like the self-esteem stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess that up. I feel like I get one chance at that. And I don't know. I'm going to mess it up. But I took it really seriously.
But doesn't that show you what you see in the mirror is so different? Like we were talking about just how gorgeous she is and how unlike a boy she could look. But it's the whole idea of what you see in the mirror is so different to what everybody else sees.
And it's also that kids are mean and they say stuff. And, you know, we all went through it.
It's like, even the meanness thing, I feel like the world at the moment is at this
so mean
point, right?
Yeah.
It's where things cut through they have to be more extreme to cut through, so there's these horrible things. Do you think the world for your daughter is a better place now than when you were growing up?
I don't think anybody ever really thinks that. Everyone's like, back in my day when it was simple. I think that's the thing. Like, I have a lot of beautiful people in my life, and there's a lot of joy to be had. And I've been in neighborhoods where people have nothing, and there's still a lot of joy being had. And I feel like as long as you're surrounded by good people and you can laugh, that it's an okay world. And I think there's way more cool people in this world than there are shitheads. It just happens to be that the shitheads are getting all the attention.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they're attention-seeking shitheads like us.
Yeah. I don't think you're a shithead.
But one of the great...
It hasn't been long enough.
One of the great joys in all of it, though, is music. And we did just listen to your album, and it's still giving me
good
chills.
Segue.
But it's... Well, it is
You've done this before.
I'm used to winding up for him.
we plan stuff and I walk in and I'm just like, hi, Pink. Sorry, I've forgotten the questions we were meant to ask.
No, but I love that it's such a roller coaster ride of emotion. Like, one point I was up dancing.
It's a roller coaster.
The next moment I was like missing my kids, and the next moment I was feeling for you and your life. Like, how would you describe the album?
It's a roller coaster. Yeah. It's a mixed bag. It's the longest I've taken, I'd say, since my first 2 records to make an album. So it's a lot of life has been lived in those songs, and I'm raising a kid, and I made another one, and I'm in a long-term relationship.
That, as that was how you achieved all that while having a 9-month-old and
marriage is gnarly. I think having a relationship with yourself is hard work, and then having a relationship with somebody else. We're moving targets. Like, I don't know who I'm going to be 5 minutes from now or 5 years from now, and you're expecting another person to know who they are, and then to know you, and then to grow with you at the exact same. It's insane.
But that's why your music relates to people, because every song you're like, oh, I felt that. I felt that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
I think everyone's been through that moment where they're like, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Yeah. And then 3 seconds later, you're like,
I hate you.
I've never liked you.
I get it 4 times a day.
I've never liked you. I don't like anything about you.
Completely.
I never want to see you again.
The other thing I noticed about your album was that you like to swear, which filled my heart with joy, because we got told on our radio station that I had to stop swearing so much because we're in a PG after school time slot. And my daughter has started swearing, and the only person that's responsible for that is me. And she's only 2.5. Does your daughter swear?
A lot of the Willow's first swear words were her father's.
Right,
because we swear differently. We have totally different styles.
Right.
And you can absolutely tell right away which one it came from, and the first couple ones were absolutely his. She was walking around around the house at, like, I don't know, 3. She'd go, this door. And I'm like, that's him. And he's like, yep, that one's mine.
It's hard, though, because I'm sure, like, when Carrie's daughter swears, you want to laugh.
It's so cute.
And then you're trying to say stop, but also you're, like, filming her secretly and then showing your friends.
Well, what about, she started saying, what the f***, and then my son taught her to say, what the cheese, and she goes, what the cheese, f***, and I was like, see, that's just so cute. That's smart. What's not to celebrate? Anyway, we're going to be chatting to you outside.
Yes.
When you perform
I can't wait. It's going to be much cooler.
It will be cooler. There'll be a breeze. And we can swear some more.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
You know what it is? It's because I'm home with my kids all the time, and then I get to, like, the studio, and I'm like, shit, balls! And then it all ends up on the record. I realized that because I didn't realize how many bad words were on the record until I went with my daughter to Spotify to play them the record. And then I was like, la, 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 la. Oh, here comes another one.
I think the swearing stacked at the start of the album, too.
Is it?
I know when the first
you mellow
couple,
out by then.
we're like, seatbelts on, this is getting hectic, okay. Good.
Yeah, it's excessive.
Well, we'll see you out there.
Clean versions.
It's great.
Thanks.
Also, if you make an album called Shit Balls coming up, I'll buy every copy.
Okay.